So, welcome everyone to another Saybrook mindfulness moment. My name is Dr. Shannon McLain Sims, and I will be your guide for our meditation here today. So, we're going to be dropping into an experience that explores and invites forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of the self. And this meditation is derived from the work of Buddhist monk and mindfulness teacher Jack Kornfield. And at the very heart of this meditation is compassion. Forgiveness is not something that can be forced. So, as we move through these next several moments together, I encourage you to hold yourself in a compassionate way with whatever extent and to whatever extent you are feeling ready to engage in this practice and that you are able to forgive. And whether it is forgiveness of others who may have wronged you in the past or for the harm that you might have caused yourself physically, mentally, or emotionally. So with that, I invite you to settle in. So as we begin, allowing yourself to rest in a comfortable position and just taking a moment to get in touch with how your body is feeling, how you are doing in this moment. And gently allowing your eyes to come to a close if that feels welcome and safe. And noticing the weight of the body and the contact between the body and the supporting surface, whether you might be seated in a chair, lying on the floor, or however you're choosing to be in this moment. And as you're noticing the weight and the composition of your body, finding that awareness dropping into the breath and feeling that movement of the breath through the body as you breathe in, lungs expanding, chest filling with air, and exhaling fully and completely. And feeling that natural rhythm of the breath, just simply noticing it without trying to change it in any way or force it to be in any other way. And gently breathing in and breathing out. And I invite you to bring your awareness to the center of your being, the seat of compassion that is your heart. And resting your attention easily on your heart center. You might even find it welcome to place a hand over your heart, just to find that extra bit of connection. Connecting to the self, connecting to the breath, as you can feel the rise and the fall of the chest. And imagining, if you can, that the breath is flowing in and out through the heart. Letting the breath flow. The heart is the center of love. Love for the self, love for others, and universal love. And continuing to feel this sensation of the breath moving in and out through the heart, opening the heart. And as you breathe here, feeling that movement of the breath through the body, resting that awareness around the center of your being, allowing yourself to maybe tap into, maybe feeling the edges or any barriers that you may have created for yourself, any difficult emotions that you have carried. Perhaps you might be holding some difficult emotions or some feelings towards yourself, or maybe towards others. And so again, as we move through this practice of forgiveness together, with that constant invitation to do what feels comfortable for you, and to whatever extent you feel yourself able to open up to this practice. And so I invite you to drop into this place, tapping into any pain points that might be there for you, that might be causing you to keep your heart closed. And breathing gently and softly as we begin to invite this process of extending forgiveness, allowing me to guide you through this, following these words, holding these words, letting images and feelings arise, anything that comes up, allowing it to grow and maybe take you deeper as you listen to what is there. And maybe even silently repeating these words to yourself. And to whatever extent you feel able, allowing yourself to recall and to visualize the ways that you may have been hurt, the ways that you have hurt others. Seeing and maybe feeling that pain that you have caused out of your own fear or confusion. Feeling into any sorrow or regret that you may be holding. Picturing now each memory that might still be burdening your heart. And saying to yourself, there are many ways that I have hurt and harmed others, have betrayed or abandoned them, caused them suffering, knowingly or unknowingly, out of my pain, fear, anger, or confusion. And sensing that maybe there is space here for you to begin to release this burden and to ask for forgiveness. And then holding this person, these people, or beings in your mind's eye, and repeating to yourself, I ask you for forgiveness. I ask for your forgiveness. And just pausing here for a moment in silence with these words. I ask for your forgiveness. And now turning towards the self, and to whatever extent you feel able, allow yourself to see the ways that you have hurt or harmed yourself. And seeing this clearly in your mind's eye, feeling the sorrow that you have carried from this and sense that you can release, maybe beginning to release these burdens. and saying to yourself, there are many ways that I have hurt and harmed myself. I have betrayed or abandoned myself many times through thought, word, or deed, knowingly or unknowingly. And feeling now into your own precious body and life. And with the capacity that you are able, extend forgiveness to yourself. Holding yourself in compassion, remembering to breathe through the heart. And in your mind, repeat to yourself, for the ways I have hurt myself through action or inaction, out of fear, pain, or confusion, I now extend a full and heartfelt forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. And now, to whatever extent you feel able, allowing yourself to picture and remember the ways that you have been hurt or harmed by others. Feeling the sorrow you may have been carrying from the past. And to whatever extent, maybe feeling a release of this burden of pain by extending forgiveness when your heart is ready. And saying to yourself, there are many ways that I have been harmed by others, abused or abandoned, knowingly or unknowingly, in thought, word, or deed. And saying to yourself, I now remember the many ways others have hurt, harmed, wounded me out of fear, pain, confusion, or anger. I have carried this pain in my heart too long. And to the extent that I am ready, I offer them forgiveness. To those who have harmed me, I offer my forgiveness. And remembering to breathe through the heart. And gently repeating these 3 directions of forgiveness until you feel perhaps a release in your heart. As you feel into the body, as you breathe in and out through the heart. For some of these great pains, you may not feel a release, but only the burden and anguish of anger that you may be holding on to. And I invite you to touch this softly. And be forgiving of yourself for not maybe being ready to let go quite yet and move on. Forgiveness is not something that can be forced. It cannot be artificial. So I invite you to continue this practice and to let these words and these images, taking from it what you need in this moment and where you are at in your own journey of forgiveness. Allow these images and words to work gradually in their own way. And in time, meditating on forgiveness may allow for a transformation to unfold. A letting go of what no longer serves you. As you open your heart to each new moment with a wise and loving kindness and compassion. And coming back now to that feeling of the body, feeling those touch points between the body and the supporting surface. And as you feel ready and in your own time, allowing your eyes to open if they were closed. And if you do have the space and the time, or feel the calling to maybe bring pen to paper, maybe taking a few moments to journal or to jot down anything that might have been important to you in this process, anything that felt particularly meaningful, and bringing those thoughts down onto paper. And thank you so much for joining me today.